Ciao guys, in today's video we will have a look at the new Zhiyun Cinepeer Weebill 3, a very compact and powerful but also well priced gimbal that you might consider buying if you're working with compact setups like this. So what is innovative in this gimbal? First of all, this gimbal weighs only 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds, and it is as small as a piece of paper with a dimension of A4. So it is very convenient to bring it always with you, and it is also pretty comfortable to hold it. So I think this is probably the most comfortable gimbal I ever used because the keys are pretty easy to access, and while operating the gimbal you don't really stress much the wrist. The second key feature of this gimbal is the quick release design to easily convert the orientation to vertical shooting without adding attachments or disassembling components. This gimbal has a Bluetooth shutter control, so you don't need to wire cables around your camera and gimbal to start and stop recording. So it will be even easier and faster to film run and gun scenarios, like for example weddings or any type of other events. In this Cinepeer gimbal there is a good algorithm that is compensating pretty well all the shakes that you can introduce while working, and in combination with the very strong motors, the footage filmed with this gimbal will always look very smooth. This gimbal has 1-inch screen, you can customize the buttons, and you will also have 2 control wheels. So this gimbal is ready to go without the need of using any app, and you can easily change all the parameters and settings and presets you want in a matter of seconds. And I think that's huge because while you are working you don't want to really show yourself using a smartphone because the client might think that you are probably doing something else than working. So this is a huge plus for this gimbal compared to other manufacturers' gimbal. What I consider the greatest feature in terms of controls is the control wheel, because with the control wheel you can adjust the ISO, aperture, you can pull focus if you have a native lens attached to your camera, so you don't really need to attach multiple cables around your camera and gimbal to make it work properly. This gimbal has a very long runtime. It has a built-in 2600 mAh battery that can give you juice for up to 16 hours according in how you balance your gimbal. And to recharge the batteries you will only need 2 hours, but what's great is this USB-C port that will let you charge the gimbal while you're using it. So you can simply fit a power bank in your pocket, connect it to the gimbal, and you will be still able to work without the need of putting the gimbal aside. Is this gimbal perfect? Almost. Considering the price range and the target customers, this gimbal is pretty fantastic, and I can easily recommend it if you film with lightweight setups like this one that I have here, that is the Lumix S5II with the kit lens 20-60, but you can also easily balance it with the f1.8 prime lenses. So for this type of setups, this gimbal is fantastic. I've tried to balance the gimbal with my Lumix S1 and the Sigma 24-70 f2.8, and I can't really perfectly balance the gimbal, but I was still able to get stable footage because the motors are very strong. Also keep in mind that if you plan to use the 24-70 f2.8, you will probably need to raise the camera with an accessory that you have to buy separately to be able to mount the camera on the provided plate, because on the plate there is not a riser and there is not an Arca Swiss compatible slot. That's something you have to keep it in mind. This gimbal has also double soul because it has an inbuilt maracas that you could use to join a friend that is playing the guitar. But keep in mind that you cannot slam it that hard because it's made mostly out of plastic, and while it is a good quality plastic, it doesn't really give a strong feeling of solidity like you will get from metal parts. If you're starting now to build your minimalist and lightweight videography kit, this is the gimbal I can easily recommend to buy, because it is the cheapest option in the market that provides great results without limiting your creative vision. If you have any questions about the gimbal, feel free to ask in the comment area below, that is under the unsubscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao guys!